We're on the road to Louisville, North Carolina to check out a 2000 Z3 2.3.
After our rally adventure a couple of weekends ago, Brenda's parents kind of caught the car bug.
My mom even got to drive the Civic. She did really well, improved a lot. They're excited to buy their own fun car now. So we steered them away from getting another dirt car because we've already got the Civic. Since we're going to do the maintenance, we wanted to make sure that whatever we're working on is going to be interesting to us. The Z3 seems like a good fit for something that they can drive on the weekends and also a fun track car at VIR.
When checking out a 2000 BMW Z3, we found that there's a few things that you want to look for. One of them is that there are some welds that can go bad around the rear differential and the floor pans. So we're going to check those out for sure.
We're going to be looking for water damage on the seats and also to make sure that the windows have a good seal against the rack top.
According to BMW forum people, the M52 engine that's in this model of Z3 is prone to water pump failure. They usually go around 60,000 miles. This one actually has pretty low miles, around 74,000 for its age. So we're gonna ask if that maintenance has been done, and if not, something we're gonna have to take care of.
There's a bad wheel sensor on it that the seller already told us about. He told us that it makes it drive funny, which probably has to do with that wheel sensor tripping out, the stability control or maybe the ABS or something. He says it's an intermittent problem and that it hasn't prevented him from driving it any long distance in the past.
And like any old car, it's got some scrapes and dings. Apparently there's some hail damage and it's been backed into, but for our purposes, it doesn't really matter.
So it's a 20-year-old car, and other than those particular issues that are known on the Z3, there's the regular inspection stuff. The rest of the inspection is going to be all 20-year-old car stuff that you need to take a look at. But from videos and pictures, the car looks like it's in good shape. That combined with the low miles, I'm optimistic that this thing should be pretty good.
So we'll arrive in a little bit, then we'll walk around the car, get to drive it, give our first impressions, and we'll go from there. Hopefully we're headed home today with the 2000 Z3 2.3.
I can't wait.
Okay, so this is the Z3. We've walked around it a few times. We've actually taken a look at all of the issues and written them down. Now we're gonna kind of do a little summary for you at home so you can follow along the project with us. As we move to the front of the car, I mean, we definitely see the hail damage that the current owner was talking about. Plenty of lumps and scars all over the place here. We have badges that are sun faded, headlights that are sun faded, the car was backed into, plenty of cosmetic damage kind of all over the whole thing. In addition, we need front tires. So moving around to the rear, still a lot of the same paint issues. We're also seeing that some of the lights are broken or missing. All in all, to get this car kind of looking good, if that ends up being important to Brenda's parents, is going to be a little bit expensive. We're definitely talking about a lot of work to really make this look like a good example of a Z3. Let's move to the inside. For all the faults of the exterior of the Z3, the interior is actually a lot worse. Looking around the interior, immediately we notice that the door cards are just completely falling apart. The driver's door one is pretty bad. The passenger door one is even worse, to the point that they probably need full replacements. Around the rest of the interior, the driver's seat is completely beat. It doesn't feel very good. The cushioning is all flattened out. We notice that the seat does move a little bit, and we're going to take it for a test drive in a little bit to see if that's going to be a problem on the road. We plugged in the diagnostic controller to the car, and actually it was reading 3 codes. 2 of the codes deal with the evap system and the air pump, and 1 of the codes deals with the post-catalytic converter oxygen sensor. We're going to clear those codes and see if they come back. The windows don't like to go down. They will go up just fine. Kind of a weird reverse window regulator problem from what we usually see. Gotta figure that out. The convertible top, we did put it down and put it back up. All of that worked great today, but the owner says that sometimes it likes to get stuck in the down position and doesn't really want to come back up. All in all, again, these are a lot of cosmetic issues. Mechanically, things look pretty good. we'll go take a peek under the hood next. So coming around to the front and under the gigantic hood of the Z3, surprisingly, hood props still work, which is amazing because I thought those would have given up a long time ago, given the immense weight and size of this hood. Things actually look pretty good. We noticed that when the car is running, there's a wobble in the fan and the radiator's been replaced. Those are a result of an earlier collision where somebody backed into the car. Presumably the fan hit the radiator, popped the radiator. They didn't replace the fan clutch. We talked to the owner. They haven't replaced the water pump yet, which is something that goes bad in these, so we'll have to replace the water pump, and while we're in there doing that, we would have to replace the fan clutch as well, so that fan spins nice and true. The rest of things under the hood, they look pretty good. There's no fluid drips anywhere underneath the car, and so that's a pretty good sign. So now that we're done with our walk around, we're gonna go take the car out for a test drive, and we'll see if we notice any more mechanical issues. How does it feel like it drives?
It is quick, the steering is heavy and direct. It feels good. You can see why people like this so much. Hey, speedometer works in this one. They said under heavy braking you want to check to make sure that it doesn't pull one way or another. So that's what we're going to test out as soon as there's no truck behind me. No, that's a straight line. Okay. Sounds like a BMW. I love that noise. It reminds me of Dad's. All right, I'm gonna turn it around and go back to the road. Well, we liked the Z3 so much after that test drive that we just kept on driving, and we're back here at the garage.
We'll figure the rest out later. Just kidding. We actually took a bit of a break. We worked with the owner to transfer over the paperwork and all of that. We did like the car so much that we bought it on the spot, and here we are.
We've got a list that we have to make now of all the different things that has to get fixed, and it's quite grungy inside.
So yeah, we're gonna work through that list, starting with a good cleaning inside and out, so we can really get a good feel for the car and understand exactly what's wrong with it and what needs to be improved.
Just like with the Civic, we're going to be documenting the whole process of modifying and fixing up this Z3 as we get it ready for track toy status, which I'm very excited for. Make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications when those videos come out. And
who knows what we're gonna buy next week? Maybe we have room for more shit.
I don't have more room for shit.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.